What's going on, guys? I'm going to show you how to farm bone charms. So the first place, we're going to come over here to Breaker Hollow, and we're going to just go right out here to the beach and basically kill a boss. So you just come like right over here, and if you kill any Naga, they drop Naga skins, which is another Nick item. But today we just want bone charms. So we just kill these outcast groups right here, and there's a boss. And sometimes the boss will actually drop 2 bone charms, which is quite nice. And you could also use the Naga group to basically like kill these guys easier, but I didn't do that because I just want to get the bone charms. And here's another place. You go over here to the mines, just go right outside, and there's basically just a group of outcasts with a boss here also. It's the same concept. Really and truly, I would just recommend doing like the 3rd farm because I think it's best. But this right here gives you like a little bit of variety or something if you want to switch it up. But the main farm is like right here at the Leviathan pits, and you basically just go into Reyes Crater, and you have to run through the hatchery in order to get there. And then you can basically just farm all this, and there's like 3 bosses in there, and bosses have a chance to drop 2 bone charms at a time. So you can kill these guys up here if you want to. And like I actually think this is the best one because you could just zone in, zone out, and just keep doing it over and over again. And it offers you like a lot of variety, so it doesn't really get boring. But I showed you the other 2 farms also, and sometimes you can get lucky and they'll drop like 2 bone charms and another bone charm, and you just like run in and out like that. But I actually think that this right here is actually the best run overall for the bone charms. And you just run like a basic build like Signet of Spirits, and you should be able to do it. So yeah, we just go right out here, and basically you just come right up here, and there's like outcasts pretty much everywhere. So we're going to just like take them out. Like they're pretty easy to take out. And like none of these outcast groups are really that hard. Like even when they gang up on you, they're usually not that difficult because you could just basically just call your spirits up and just body block them. So like it's not like a big deal at all. Like it's a really easy farm. And there's like quite a bit of outcasts that you can take out up here. There's occasionally like a chest also if you want to basically get one of the Luxon chest. But yeah, I mean, this Nick Week item is like, I think it's like about average. Like it's not super easy like the Char hides or anything like that, but it's also not like difficult like the Ruby de Jinn essence. And it's like the drop rate isn't really that bad. Like if you farm for a while, the drop rate seems to kind of like go down. And then you basically just come back on like, the next day or something. And you can basically, the drop rate will be better or come back a few hours later. And yeah, I mean, there's like, let's see, there's a Ritualist boss, a Monk boss, and there's also a Ranger boss. You're not going to see the Ritualist boss in this video, but he's basically like right. Like I'll show it to you. Like it's towards like the end of the video. But it's pretty much near where I was just at, like literally just around the corner. And yeah, we're going to just go ahead and just continue taking all these guys out. Yeah, I mean, it's just a really simple and basic farm. Like, there's no problem with it at all. Doesn't really take too long either. And also, like, you can occasionally get, like, basically unidentified, like, well, you can get, like, the old school weapons here also. Because I did get, like, an old school, like, shield, like the Outcast shield. But the mods on it, unfortunately, weren't really good. But the skin is actually kind of nice. I think I actually got it from, like, the chest that I opened up. So that's, like, pretty cool also. Because I would actually like to have one of those shields that's actually modded, like, pretty well. Because the skin on it's pretty nice. And here's the Ranger right here. So the Ranger actually does like a lot of damage. But, for the most part, like as long as you like just let the spirits take all the damage and kind of just run back, you don't really have to worry about it. But, and also I kept getting like this bow. Like I got it like 2 or 3 times like while doing these runs. So I guess it drops easily. But yeah, the Ritualist boss would be like right up here, right over the bridge on the right side. I didn't actually go there, so it didn't actually spawn. But, there's the Ritualist boss if you want to do that. And also, I think that's where the chest usually spawns, or at least it spawned for me there, like, once or twice, like pretty close to there. And there we go. That's, like, the entire run right there. Like, pretty easy to do. And then you basically just run right back here, and you just map right back out. Yep, just right here, just map out. Just map right back in. And then you can just do it all over again until you get all the charms that you need. And here we go. So once you have your 15 bone charms, just come right back here to Leviathan Pits. And we're basically going to just like run into Reyes Crater, go a little further than we have already, and then there's Nick. And I would also recommend bringing heroes for this because there's like these creeping carps, and they basically just take away your shadow farm and everything, and they'll start hexing you and slow you down and everything. Like, you can do it without actually heroes, but it's going to be harder. So I would just go ahead and bring heroes. It's going to make it easier. And like the run's like very short. So it's like, even if you ended up like not running this and just kind of fall through it, it won't be bad at all. So I just flagged my heroes in front of the portal because I'm going to basically just have them spawn next to me once I get to the creeping carps. But like they're really close by, so you could actually just let heroes follow you. And there they are right there. So you see I put up shadow farm and everything, and I try to get around them, but they use dash, and then they use these touch spells, which is how they get past you, and they just rip away your enchantments, hex you, and then you move slow. So I'm going to basically just flag my heroes like through the portal by pressing U and using that map right there. And then the heroes are pretty much just spawn with me right here, and I'll just let them basically take those guys out. And there's a second group, so I'm going to actually just lure them in there. And you can actually do this without heroes once again, but it is going to be more difficult, and I'd much rather just do it with heroes. It'd be easier. So your heroes can just sit there and distract them while you run to Nick, and if your heroes are good enough, they'll be able to just kill them. And yeah, like once you get that, like it's easy. Like the outcasts aren't really that big of a deal. You just like easily run through them. You can use shadow farm and everything if you want to. It's not a big deal at all. Then we come right up here, and there's Nick. Just talk to him. Give him the 15 bone charms to get our 5 gifts. And there we go. Like today is actually, or this week right here is actually pretty easy. It's not bad at all. It's just kind of like a moderate Nick farm day. And that's really all I have for you. You know, Dungeon is signing out. Bum, bum, bum.